Okay, so we've been through a couple of units and topics, and now we get into the biology of memory, the hippocampus and cortisol. So today we're going to look at the hippocampus. Reviewing the concept of localization of functions, so they learned about the amygdala and the prefrontal cortex back in criminology, and today we're looking at the famous HM case study. Quick little short quiz in their workbooks, see how many of these they can get right. Probably 5 minutes would be enough. Can they label what parts of the brain do they remember? So hopefully they'll know the prefrontal cortex and amygdala, and I wouldn't worry if they don't know. Geez, I would have a hard time. That's the amygdala there, I'm pretty sure, but that doesn't matter. Just as long as they get the idea that the amygdala is deep in here in the brain somewhere and the prefrontal cortex is out here on the front, that's great. Quick chalk talk, the hippocampus, and this tragic clip of Clive Waring, who has no memory. And look, this is the best way to show HM. I love when this happens. An awesome, well-produced dramatization of HM surgery. And there's focus questions in the workbook. Just a reminder, I always like to tell students, don't write during the video. You know, we've got limited working memory capacity, so if you're writing, you might miss something important. So these focus questions are designed for you to just pick out the most important content and hold it and remember it. And then write it down later. Hopefully when they come to cognitive load theory, right, they can see how we're tapping into increasing intrinsic load and germane load and reducing extraneous load when we do this. But anyway, these are the focus questions. We'll go through the answers. Alright, bit of chalk talk about HM, and then the notes, all pretty straightforward. I feel like I might have missed something there with this. No, yeah. Anyway, so if they can know HM and know the function of the hippocampus, then that is great. Kind of interesting. Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome or Korsakoff syndrome, to do with how alcohol damages the brain and then causes memory problems. They could do a SAQ on this. Although, I mean, to be honest, as I'm thinking about it, we need to be mindful that we don't burn these students out with exam preparation, right? Really, our primary focus should be on teaching a cool psychology course, and getting them ready for the exams comes next, so something to consider. All right, coming up next, we'll look at cortisol and memory.